Brings up a good point. Same thing. I'm banned off of YouTube and Twitch and most of these platforms. I want to ask you a personal question for the two feminists. You've been on the show a lot. You've been around on a lot of these podcasts. Why do you think your stream hasn't popped off yet?
I barely stream.
Barely started streaming.
But
No. Here, I'll answer.
Last time you came on the show was months ago, and you said you were going to start live streaming like you don't have a job.
Okay.
What are you doing all day?
No, I have another job. I just don't want to say it publicly. Not because it's shameful, but because I want to end up working in corporate America, and I don't want people to start sending these podcasts to like a corporation.
That's why you're sucking?
Why do you think that your stream hasn't popped off yet?
The last time I was on the show, I wasn't trying to become a live streamer. I only like recently decided that in the last couple of weeks. So my show hasn't popped off yet because I literally haven't had the time to like start that career yet.
Sure.
That's it.
It's not that much time. It's like a couple hours a day. I mean, the harsh
I said weeks though. I'm talking like it takes like how long did it take for you to build your platform? You were on YouTube for years, dude.
Yeah, no, I started
how
live
long
streaming.
did it take before you got your like
live streaming? I started live streaming 1 year ago.
You started live streaming after you already established a YouTube career though. So that took years in the making, and then
she's right. You're not like me who did. He's not like me who did 500,000 views overnight on my first day with no game release. Okay. I just exhaled in a microphone. But your Cope podcast, keep it going.
Right.
You guys will be
the harsh realization is like, even though you guys are good at arguing and everything, you're going to slowly realize that the only value you really add is arguing with men. Is breaking us down, is like combating your point,
low key,
is asking questions and going here and arguing with us. The harsh realization is like when you actually stream on your own, if you don't have your titties out or there's no OnlyFans funnel, if you're not extremely attractive, nobody's going to want to watch you. Like women are going to want to watch it.
Arguing with men is the same as like breaking them down. You think that like women trying to like challenge you and debate you is breaking you down?
There's no chance that any of us here would ever talk to you about this extensively if it was not being monetized. No chance. There's no chance. What am I saying that's wrong? Like nobody in here would engage with you for this long.
You're the foil characters to make us look smart.
Do you think I really want to sit here for hours and argue by why the exception is not the rule? Like for hours and hours, it's content.
Same here.
It's never going to happen.
Content. I don't disagree with you.
But the whole point is you're never going to be able to do your own stream. Without this, you just have to argue with men.
Whoa. I've done my own streams before, but I just want to bring up the fact that I think it's funny that you're saying like, oh, I'm trying to like break down men, when earlier I've been saying, and in my previous appearances too, hey, I think men are capable. I think men should be responsible, and they're capable of being responsible. Like, hey, I think men have it worse in social media than women do. And yet I'm the one breaking down men, while you guys are the ones being like, oh no, like if he's a deadbeat, like it's a woman's fault, instead of talking about shoulds and how men are capable human beings.
But why?
So who's pushing men down?
But why waste what's left of your IQ criticizing the gender that's killing themselves? Why don't you criticize your gender who never kills themselves?
I criticize
both. You guys have no
women
problems.
attempt suicide more often than men. They're just not, but they're just not as successful.
I don't care.
How are you guys bad at that? Better than everything else. You can't even delete yourself properly. Get the job done.
No, I criticize both. I don't try to shield one gender from the other.
He's joking.
I'm just joking. But I mean, that's the bigger point, is that like you're only going to be able to add value when we roast you or when your arguments get debunked. But like when you sit there alone and there's no men around to go and just like nag at, nobody's going to want to watch it.
Why do you invite female guests on your stream then?
Because it's content. It's easy.
But do you think they add value to your content?
It's funny when they get made fun of or they say stupid stuff.
Add value to your
Adding
content.
value by not knowing 3 countries, if that's value, then sure. But like, it's just funny.
But I don't think that's what you invite women on your stream to do.
Yeah, it is.
Name countries, really? Wouldn't you say what? Like, why?
Because it's fun. It's funny for the men to watch it and be like, "Yo, this is what women are actually like."
So if you didn't have women, would you still provide value?
Yeah, I streamed today without a woman. It's just me talking to my camera.
Great. I've also streamed without talking to men.
How's it going?
It goes pretty well. I just haven't done it consistently because I have another job.
There are women streamers who are successful.
And they have titties out.
No. There's some that don't.
Pokemon doesn't have her.
Denims does political
Who do you
content.
think watches Pokemon?
I don't know.
Do you think Pokemon's funny?
I don't know who that is.
But you said Pokemon, like,
I
do you like the movie streamers? But here's an example of a female streamer.
She's basically the girlfriend replacement for all these dudes. This lonely simps who just watch it. Pokemon's not funny. She's not entertaining. You were saying that she has
to get her attraction or like attention through like boobs, like being a booby streamer, but Pokemon dresses modestly.
Well, for her
and she gets thousands of concurrents. How do you explain it?
Here's how you explain it. Compare her follower count to any channel that's male on her level. She's the lowest viewers.
Yeah, how does
literally 1,000 dudes, even with less followers, have higher viewer count.
He was saying
she's like at the bottom.
Showing her what?
I think it's kind of interesting that you're like, oh, well, if you're not appealing to men or whatever, then you have like no views. But you guys appeal to men also. You guys give the best friend experience. You guys give the look, if you work out,
no,
like,
I don't.
Feel better.
I've been saying for years, I hate my chat. They're ATMs and I take their money.
Okay, either way, you give some sort of bro experience. That's what people watch you for. That's all of social media or parasocial relationships.
Yeah, but
That's
we're
it.
not.
If somebody is watching you, it's because they think you're entertaining and you're providing.
But we're not arousing them and manipulating their sexual reproductive parts for money, like you hookers. We're not doing that. We're just
manipulating
homies.
their loneliness. You're manipulating literally how lonely they are, how they don't have friends to go outside in real life. So they watch you to get the secondhand experience of broness.
No, because it's funny. Do you think like women are funny?
I think you literally laughed at Chew on Head the other day. So you think women are funny too?
Who?
Chew on Head.
Name one funny woman.
Chew on Head. You literally were laughing at her.
I'm funny as fuck. You know,
No.
I laugh all day.
Name a female comedian. Let's go. Lose.
Halo.
Who?
Halo.
Monique.
Name a female comedian in the mainstream.
Oh, who's the woman who's on Showtime? She has her own.
There's like Amy
Ziwe is her name.
And you know what's funny is
when
Tiffany Haddish.
just give up. When women try to be funny, they actually emulate the temperament and behavior of a man.
all of the women in what was that? Bridesmaids.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig is funny.
Fat whores.
You lost me at Amy.
Yeah, what's my
Kristen Wiig? The girl from Pitch Perfect.
Fat Amy.
Yeah, Fat Amy.
Yeah.
Yes, I can think of her name right now.
I mean, this is the reason I brought this up is because feminists on here, they really want to be equal so bad, and a lot of it is resentment. So they'll come and they'll argue for things that they don't really believe in or that make any sense. But it comes from resentment because even though
you're coming out of nowhere, you're like pivoting right now.
No,
Like, we
I'm
just
not
gave you a bunch of female comedians, and now you're like, oh, you see the feminists.
Yeah, Amy Schumer. We're gonna compare Amy Schumer to Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams. Are you fucking
You
joking
asked us for female comedians. Literally, this whole panel, we're able to give you
What's your
multiple.
favorite Amy Schumer
You
joke?
coped for 20 minutes.
I never said I like Amy Schumer.
I
But
said Kristen
anyways,
Wiig.
you guys go, and now you're like, oh, you see the feminists are so angry. How about you engage with our points instead of pivoting to a random rant
Amy
that
Schumer's
doesn't
not
have to
funny.
do
There's
with
no
this
point in arguing that Amy
You're
Schumer's
fighting
We
not
all
funny.
said Amy Schumer is
Come on.
I said
Even
Amy
the
Schumer.
girls are nodding.
Ladies,
No one thinks Amy Schumer's funny.
I think the takeaway here is that in general, when